there's been much talk on the wires about the idea of a Justice League movie.
No.
So it would be very derelict of us not to raise
your empire. Yeah.
We have to. Yeah. We have to. Have you heard anything? Has anyone called you up and gone, Ryan, keep your diary free? This could be happening. We need you involved. Would you want to be involved?
I don't know. I mean, it's if you're going to do comic book movies in that vein, you really have to get them right. And I believe that, Joss Whedon is a guy that just nails it. Christopher Nolan obviously nails it, so, if they were going to do it like that, it would be interesting to do. Working on Green Lantern, I saw, how difficult it is to kind of make that concept palatable and how kind of confused it all can be when when you don't really know exactly where you're going with it, or you don't really know exactly how to kind of access that, that world, that world that comic book fans have been accessing for decades and falling in love with. So I don't know. At this point, I have very little interest in, joining that. It's always a great script and a good director could turn that around.
For me, you were the best thing by a long way. I mean, Hugh Jackman's fantastic, but in Wolverine Origins,
oh, thanks, yeah,
you were just so much fun, and I just thought, why can't we just forget these guys and then watch these two just kind of do their thing?
Yeah.
And obviously I'm not going to ask you about, whether there's going to be a Deadpool spin-off or anything like that, but could we expect maybe a Days of Future Past cameo? I just feel like you need to grab the size of a camera and smash somebody around the head with it.
I don't know. I love that kind of stuff. I loved doing Wolverine because I just kind of the movie's not on my shoulders. I just get to kind of come in and insult everybody, and then they, sew up my mouth and hire a different actor. So it was for me. It was a lot of fun, actually. But and I love that character. I love Deadpool, and there is a script. It's in development, but it's so far into the rated R, nearly NC-17 world that I just don't know if a studio would ever risk their reputation doing it. Where the people that have been developing it would never want to do it unless you could do it that way. So Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese, they wrote the Zombieland movie.
Zombieland.
Yeah. Which I thought was a great script as well. So
that's got a similar tone almost.
Yeah, it's and so they wrote it and they developed it as well, and it's sitting there. It's just the problem is it's not an enormously high budget film. You could do it for pittance compared to the modern sort of epic scaled superhero movies, but it's about a guy who knows he's in a movie and knows he's in a comic book, who is deeply mentally disturbed and hyperviolent. And that's tough to sort of get by a studio.
We're celebrating movie soundtracks at the moment, and Adventureland has got a terrific one for one. Do you have
Yola Tango?
Do you have a one movie soundtrack that really kind of inspires you? They keep revisiting, and why?
I mean, everybody loves The Mission, just because I also find it sort of like funny and moving at the same time because it's so like powerful and intense. I like anything Michael Dann has done. He just actually won an Oscar for Life of Pi. He scored the first movie I ever did, and I've sort of followed him ever since. And he's scoring the movie I just finished as well with Adam McGowan.
Oh, okay.
And so I love his stuff. I mean, Life of Pi was, I thought, a beautiful, beautiful film.
Did you see The Mission in the cinema? Because I remember seeing it with my parents, and just it destroyed me. And I think the music was
hard to masturbate to.
You know what? That was on my mind, but I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I saw it at home. I saw it at home. It was
well, you're masturbating, yeah.
Yeah, of course. I can't just do that in a theater. Some sort of heathen.
It's good to have standards. I find. Now I'm just going to jump back because it's dawned on me that I need to ask a slightly stupid question. But with this planned, not necessarily going to happen, Deadpool thing, how would it work in the time period? Would it fit within the Wolverine story that we know in Origins? Can you tell us that?
I don't think you can do that because that character would really sort of sully that whole world. I mean, it's the script is like, one rewrite away from Deadpool jumping across the desk of the studio executive and attacking him. It's
great opening scene.
Yeah, exactly. But I've always wanted to do the movie just if only for the reason where Deadpool gets to do his own movie trailer. So that's something that we were dying to do, and we would love to be able to be a part of that. So I don't know how it would fit into in the current iteration of the script. There's it doesn't doesn't address Wolverine. Doesn't address any of that stuff. It does address Deadpool in Wolverine. Deadpool was not happy with Deadpool and Wolverine.
His mouth was sewn shut. That's not what Deadpool was.
He has a bit of a WTF moment with that.